Hey, it's GMB Hall here with Playing RPGs, and you're probably asking yourself, is that a Christmas tree on that man's wardrobe? And the answer is yes. And if the next question is, was this filmed today, May 11th? Yes. Yes, it was. But don't fret yourself of such things. I'm not taking it down, and it doesn't really matter. Yeah. And yeah, those are baby toys right there, because I have children. This is my life. This is it, people. That and D&D. That's all you need. Anyway, we're going to talk about wights today. The Wights. And I'm not talking about John Goodman's undies from The Big Lebowski.
What the?
Have they called yet?
What the hell is this?
My dirty undies, dude. Laundry. The Wights.
Walter.
I am talking about the corpses of humans or demi-humans that have been raised by malevolent spirits and walk the dank and dark places of the world, namely dungeons, where players have to go and get treasure. And I want to talk about why I love this creature, why you should maybe even run them in your game of Dungeons and Dragons, and also show a little bit of gameplay footage of what happened when our intrepid party encountered one of these little beasties. So, without further ado, let's talk about the wight. Off the break, you're not going to be impressed with the stats as a monster. We have fairly average stats. We have a 5 AC, so players are going to need a 14 to hit the thing with a 19 THAC0. We have a 3 HD creature, I think, which is roughly about 13 hit points on average, and I always use average hit points or thereabouts. We have a 17 THAC0, which is slightly better than average. It's going to hit a little bit more, and that's about it. 30 movement, right? Nothing crazy, nothing wild out of this world. What makes the wight so particularly fun to play is what a cruel ability it has. You'll notice that it doesn't have a weapon or claws or teeth or bite or anything like that to attack players. It has energy drain, touch. And what that means is that if it does successfully touch a player, that it will drain one level from that character. Now, we play Old School Essentials, which is a presentation of the BX rule set. And if you've never played BX or Old School Essentials, I cannot tell you how hard fought a level is to a character and to a player. To lose a level is absolutely devastating. And what makes it worse is that if they lose all their levels, the character dies and then becomes another wight. That is astonishing. That is a brutal, evil monster. When a character loses a level, yes, they actually lose all the benefits of that level. They lose the HD, they lose any abilities, any saving throw modifiers, any spells. It's punishing. It is a punishing thing. And frankly, I think it's more horrifying than losing HP. HP at higher levels can be regained. You can take 1 or 2 hits and sort of come back into the fight a little bit later, retreat and get away. But to be hit at a higher level and lose that level, that is a memory that will stay with a player for the rest of your life. And I am only too happy to provide players with that memory, as you'll see in the footage of the game coming up. Also, another thing that makes this little guy particularly nasty is that it has mundane damage immunity. That means that the only thing that hurts this are silvered weapons and magic, okay? And I take that literally, meaning that if they have a magic weapon that is not silvered, it will not hurt the monster, okay? That means that fire, one of my players' favorite things in the world to use in old school essentials, will not work against this thing. Now, Fireball, the magic spell, could work, I suppose, if they have a scroll for it. Magic Missile would do some damage to this thing. But if you have a party that has not silvered their weapons, and they're coming into this thing blind and they don't have much magical support, they are going to be pretty shocked at how scary this thing is. There is one exception to the rule that makes this monster, pretty powerful, and that is if your character has, or your party has high-level clerics. Clerics will absolutely demolish these things. It's only a 3 HD, so it doesn't take much for a level 3 or even a level 4 cleric to blast these things away with turn undead. But like I said, most of OSE is low level, and if you want to have fun with throw something different at your players that they haven't seen before, my recommendation is the wight. And if you were to play this in 5e, I'm not sure if they have. I used to play 5e, I don't anymore, but I'm not sure if they have a wight. I would definitely use energy drain on characters in 5e because they're so powerful that having a wight drain actually levels from them would be something that would, I think, not much scares 5e players, but this ability certainly would. Anyway, let's get into the gameplay and show you what happened. Yeah, let's go. So this is from the group that plays Through the Valley of the Manticore, and this is actually the big temple dungeon that is in that particular module that by Jacob Fleming. It's a big one. I wouldn't say it's a mega dungeon, but there's a lot going on. And one of the rollable random monsters he offers in the module for random encounters are wights, and guess who rolled a wight? Now only one, which is interesting. And basically, I think at this point in the game, the players are they're trying to find the whereabouts of the Manticore, and they're also trying to look for the magic carpet to trade for Lord Sundew. None of my videos are really in any kind of particular time order, but that's where they are at this point in the campaign. They're just looking for this flying rug in this dungeon, and that's when they're confronted by the wight. And let's see what happens. A lot of good fun. All right, well, as you make your way towards the secret hole in the wall, something comes out of the secret hole in the wall.
Oh.
And it doesn't look friendly.
What does it look like?
Ooh.
What is that thing?
Oh, that's Nosferatu Zod.
It literally is.
And it looks at you with burning red eyes in the darkness. You can just see its outline, and it begins walking forward directly at you.
Get back in this room. Let it come in here.
Roll initiative. Yeah. Roll initiative. I roll a 5.
I got it.
All right. Do it. Do it. Boom.
Oh my god.
What? The initiative rolls are off the chain tonight. I love it. All right. Oh, wow. Look at that. Beat a 1. Yes! You did
Let's
it.
go.
Let's go. All right. What do y'all do? Oh, any magic going off? Should have asked that before.
Do we have any magic?
No, we don't.
No. Royal juice.
I say we bum rush it.
No. Make it come to the door. We can do oil pots and stuff, please.
We get to attack first right now.
No, yeah, going to is better. If
we
we go
let
back
it go
to the
to the
door,
door, then it
it
gets
can
to
come
attack
to
first.
us, attack before we get a chance. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm for it. Bum rush it.
Who's anybody doing declaring first movement, I guess, but declare also your ranged if you've got it.
Alright. Food tarts coming. Isudant and Vic are gonna shoot from range.
If you can, I would say, I guess it doesn't really matter. That one's gonna kill someone anyways. It might be
Well,
better
that's
to
not
run
true.
to the...
Let's make a clear path to it. So
Yeah, I was
that
gonna say,
Yep.
stand to the north and south of him.
McCabe's.
You guys swarm over it like a SWAT team. Like out of Marvel Avengers. And this thing just like stands there like breathing. It doesn't even really respond as you close in on it. But it just stares sort of at all of you at the same time. You're not sure how it does that.
I'm intimidated.
And I'm glad. I want them to be intimidated. I don't know where I come up with the descriptions. You know, when I'm playing the game, I don't have anything played, but I thought that was a pretty good line. And, you know, the great monster for a group of characters who think they can just, like, overtake it, like they've done everything. Now, this is a cautious group, and they tend to lay traps and let, you know, kite monsters and do all that, you know, fancy stuff, but I'm loving it that they're just running into it. And I'm trying to, in a low-key sort of way, project that this thing doesn't care that he's getting swarmed. In fact, it might be that he wants that to happen. So let's see how this continues.
All right, ranged.
Alright, here we go. Oh, this one's gonna be Isudant. Ten.
11. It would be 11.
Yeah, that's a +1.
No.
Okay.
Vic.
What is it? Was that narrow?
Yes.
Yeah, whizzes past. In your haste to shoot it, the arrow just kind of whizzes past harmlessly.
Here comes Vic.
Also whizzes past. Part of it is like you're anticipating it moving. You're used to leading things, and its calmness of movement is almost sort of hard to hit. Like an approaching zombie in Resident Evil 2 remake.
Alright.
I always try to justify why characters miss or they hit in a weird way. I feel that missing in a game is anticlimactic and somewhat disappointing, so trying to describe the scene around why they might miss, does it help? I don't know, but you know, it's something. It's something, you know. At the very least, it's creative for me to think about, you know.
Obo's gonna swing his torch at it.
Interesting.
Oh dear.
Oh.
You bash your friend
Who's
next to
dying?
you in the face with the torch. Who's next to you? No. Alton. Who's next to Alton? The dwarf. And you rolled a 1, right, on your attack?
Ovo is
Yeah.
swinging.
Yeah. So Ovo swings it.
Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah, Ovo is swinging it, so I guess he's gonna hit Alton in the face with a torch. He misses. Does 1 damage. More of a, you know, I don't. fumbles are not part of Old School Essentials. A 1 always misses and a 20 always hits. There's no benefit in terms of extra damage or anything if you get a nat 20 or if you get a nat 1. There's nothing bad that happens. But all the groups I've ever played with sort of enjoyed fumbles in a way. And in Old School Essentials, if they're cramming into each other and someone fumbles a melee attack, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they hit the person next to them, which can be devastating and has led to friendly fire deaths in this game. And if you think about it, you know, that makes sense. In a darkly lit, torched room that swords are flying, someone might take it in the throat if you're not careful. So, you know, it is a 5% chance that could happen. Which is kind of large, I would say. But anyway, you don't do it if you don't like it. Not everybody does like fumble systems, and frankly, in the more recent games that I've played, characters usually break weapons. They might trip and fall and become disabled for a turn. It can be pretty brutal if you actually have them do damage to each other. But you know, it's fun. It adds a element of danger, I guess. Embarrassing moment than anything.
We're definitely taking that out of his cuts.
You give Ovo such a look.
All right. I guess Asakaras is gonna swing. He's like, oh, he raises his axe. Misses terribly.
Again, the thing just calmly kind of moves aside as you swing at it.
+2 to attack.
Another miss.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Butterfingers tonight, guys.
Food tart, and he's got the +1 sword, right? Or is that on damage?
No, it's both.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
What is this? What are you hitting with?
It's sword.
So this was a 19
Yeah.
with a sword. The sword.
Does he have any strength bonus or no?
I do believe he does. Let me see. He has no. It's he has a flat 10 for strength.
So it's a D8 +1 then.
All right.
Shit,
Roll your damage.
Him up, bro.
Big money, big money.
I mean, it's 8s only tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Nice.
it actually
That is
was.
eight.
It is.
It was.
Hey,
Yeah, you go to like punch the sword into it, like you know that you're just gonna drive it right into his side, and it hits and sort of slips off of its slimy skin.
what do you mean? That's damage right there. It's 8 damage it just took.
The sword does not penetrate.
Run.
Does not make a scratch.
I vote disengage to the. Run him to the snail. Run him to the snail. We just
We're
gotta
beyond movement at this point.
like next turn after if he doesn't kill all of us instantaneously. I mean.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep rolling.
Nice swing.
Any other attacks?
Even the
Yeah,
magic,
I'll swing my
magic
knee.
weapon didn't do anything, huh? Well, I mean, I'm just gonna
Maybe a
roll.
blunt weapon.
He has a +1. He had a +1 sword. Can do it.
Yeah, but if we try, maybe he's like immune to like slashing damage. We could try a blunt weapon.
Yeah. I don't have one of those, so I'm just gonna roll.
I have a mace. Oh.
Yeah, roll the mace.
Yeah,
out.
go with the mace. Yeah, see if the mace does anything.
You won't hit him
Miss.
though.
Miss.
I mean,
What the?
just roll. I'm just gonna roll because she's swinging, but obviously it's not gonna do anything, Jenny. It's a 13 at least hit.
Your Thaco's 19, right?
Yeah.
No, so you missed. That's a miss.
Wait, can you describe again what the sword did when he swung?
It's almost like hitting like stabbing a heavy bag, like the sword did just not puncture the creature; it just slid off it. What would have been, you think, an absolutely devastating blow? I mean, and I'm wondering, like, in the moment they're hitting it, how do I describe weapons just simply not harming this thing if they're not silvered? And my best description was they just don't penetrate. Similar to like trying to stab a wall, like the blade just doesn't get in there. You might have a different take on it, but their reaction, run, is priceless. I do love that, and the slight anger I get from some people about not getting the damage that they so richly are entitled to.
Try to wrap a rope around him.
You want to wrap a rope around him? That's okay.
I mean, I don't have.
He's not really responding in a.
Yeah.
Like, he's the opposite of the gnolls.
I have two guys that can basically just stab with a dagger, but one of them has a 50 feet of rope. So I'm gonna have one guy stab with his dagger.
Boom, crit.
Cool. I probably not gonna do anything though.
Still 2d4. I mean, we'll see. Maybe a critical hit does do something. Nice.
Yeah, again, you line up for a killing blow right in the back, right in the spine, and the knife bounces off of him. Just slides right off.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Fire is where we're at, bro.
Yeah, maybe.
He
I can.
He says it's sliding off of him, which makes me think there's something on his skin.
I can throw a flask, or I can like smash a flask.
This is actually a sad moment because Jeremy I remember, had a rough stretch of getting hits. He tends to have unfortunate luck with the digital dice roller, but in this case he gets the nat 20, and we do at this point we did two dice worth of damage, double damage dice. So it was sad to see him not be able to score that. What would have been I think a fatal hit had this thing taken normal damage. But I like how they're feeling it out right now. They're like trying to like really think about, engage with like, why isn't this thing getting hurt? And I think that's why this monster is so fun, because immediately it becomes kind of a mystery for players to solve. It's not like, oh, let's just hit it till it's dead or burn it. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on, right? I love the inversion of the rules right there.
With one of my guys, should I do that?
Save it for next turn, because no one can light it unless you've got an extra guy.
No. I mean, we can light it next turn.
Yeah, I mean, just smash it on.
I just so like my guy could do one of three things. He could do another dagger strike, which clearly didn't work. He could try to wrap him with a rope. He could hit him with a blunt object. I could try that. I have like a hammer. I could try to hit him with a hammer. Or I can toss a flask down and get some oil on the ground.
You know how I feel about the fire. Don't even throw it at the ground. Just smash it on him.
Yeah. I'm gonna have Terragrin smash him with an oil flask. Try to get him covered in it.
Gotcha.
I mean, he's standing right next to him, right?
Really dousing him.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
All right. I think that's it.
All right.
Jesus.
Go ahead and. I mean.
No, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
All right. He is going to. What is wrong with me tonight? 6. Who is it? Starting clockwise from Alton, who's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who's this guy? Terragrin. He is going to lunge his hand out and try to grasp you by the shoulder.
Oh, that is horrible.
He's gonna hit you.
Oh.
It is horrible, isn't it? Like, you just know that nothing good can come from this. The fact that this thing is not... And I've... The way I thought of it in my head is that it's a very deliberate monster. It's not vicious, it's not ferocious, it's not overly strong. It just wants to touch you. Just want to reach out and touch me.
Oh, absolutely.
He's gonna just like grab you by the shoulder and look into your eyes, and you immediately feel yourself slipping into the void.
Is there like a saving throw?
You're going to...
Against like paralysis.
No saving throw. So you're gonna lose a level.
Lose the...
You're gonna lose an
Lose
experience
a level?
level. That's right.
I'm level 1.
Okay.
You just died.
A person. Okay, that's bad. Okay.
I just become like...
You are. He like
Yoga man.
gazes into your eyes, and whatever evil, whatever life force he has, you have in him. He has whatever. What am I trying to say? That you have in you is drained into him. He becomes more powerful, and as this exchange happens, he also feeds a dark force into you, and then he just punches you, and you fall to the ground, apparently dead,
Jesus.
but undead now.
Time to go.
What?
And when it falls down, it begins looking around at who it wants to grasp next. All right. Well, that's his action. And now we got to roll initiative again. Love that reaction. Always, you know, in a game... I mean, when I played 5e, it was very hard to get fear out of players. And fear is one of the great motivators of tension in a story in life. And if there's no tension, then the game is boring. And that's why I love OSE, because the monsters are always providing this tension for the players. There's very little I have to do other than describe what's happening to, you know, I don't have to plan any of this. It's just a naturally difficult game, and because of that, you get these great moments of characters like, oh my god, get out of here. Like that never happened in 5e, but it does in Old School Essentials. Roll a 4.
Who wants?
God damn. I guess I'll do it.
Holy...
Oh wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't mention this last time, but this is another strategy that I use, you know, with a lot of people surrounding them. I'll usually count them up and use a D, however many characters are there, and then start at the top and work clockwise around and pick somebody. You could also draw aggro, the last person to have attacked him. In this case, I guess it would be Terragrin, who broke an oil flask on top of his head, would have been a prime candidate. But I find I do have a soft spot for the characters, and I try not to make it a deliberate choice of who's going to kill them. I usually try to let the dice decide as best I can. And I think that's fair. I think the players are into that. You know, let chance call it out. It's going to be 3. 1, 2, 3. Is that a retainer?
It just needs to not be like the main guys.
Who is it?
That is not going to hit. He lunges for, what is that chop? Jenny? And misses. She dodges out of the way, knowing what this grasp can do to somebody. And that's his turn.
Yeah, let's leave.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just like walk away. Like what's he gonna do? Never mind. Let's just run. Actually,
Not really.
Forget.
Walk. No, run.
We're running. But let's light him on fire on the way out.
Yeah, absolutely. You threw the oil flask on him, right?
That was the last act that Terragrim Brook took. Terragrim also has 600 gold on him.
I mean, I'm not picking that up.
I was about to say that's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
That's the flail snail.
No reason to come back.
That might be another
We gotta figure out what the hell
episode,
this thing is first.
because I don't know where they're gonna go, and I'm ready to throw that thing at them if
How
they're
many-
gonna put that in the hallway as a barrier.
Boom.
I'm such a jerk. All right, what's happening? Are y'all leaving or staying?
We're all leaving and someone's gonna light him on fire.
Yeah,
And this is key, like, to know which way to get out of the dungeon, right? And you can do that if in this game, actually, even though they have access to maps, they can see the map. They still are using. We can see the map because this is all GM view, but they have a very limited view because of the dynamic lighting. And one of the players, Galio, takes very detailed maps of where they're going. So mapping does become part of this game. Maybe not so much as rigid as, like, if you were to have them draw it as they went. I've seen, like, I think 3D6 Down the Line does that. That's a little, that might be a little too nitty gritty for us, but playing on Roll20, there's still an element, if you're in a labyrinthine kind of place, that, you know, they do still need to draw maps, know where they're going.
as Ovo
Labyrinthine,
he's just gonna drop- he's
labyrinthian.
gonna
I don't know.
throw the
Adjective,
torch
that
he
word
has
is.
in his hand on the homeboy as he's running past. But let's see, we got
So y'all can move
10.
30 feet away. What direction are you heading in?
Secret
We're
Go
heading
ahead.
that way. Head down this way. This way. This is the exit.
no, the exit's
No,
over
it's
here.
this way.
No, that's
Yes,
no,
it's-
that's
Yeah,
leads
it's
us
a hole in the
back to
wall.
the snail. What are you talking about?
it's
Yeah,
still
we
in.
have to go that way.
Up here.
This also goes to the exit, but the snail is up there.
Yeah.
See, they remember the snail.
Isn't this way leads to the exit before, right?
Alden yells at Richard. He's like, "No, this way." So I can move 5 through the door.
So there's going to be a bit of a jam up here. Let me see specifically how many spaces are in this hallway, because only one of you is really going to be able to fill it. It's pretty claustrophobic
So
in
what-
here.
What happens when the fire lights him up?
Hold on for a second. Give me 1 second. I just got to know the answer to this question. Okay, here we go. See, this is their view. You can see how limited they are. They can see doors and... No, it's fine. Y'all can get through here. But it disappears as they go. There is going to be a jam up, I guess. Moving... Where were you, Alden, specifically?
Alden was right here, so he's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He can move 5 through the door. He can
So
just
you
get
would
through the
you
door.
would kind of jam it up at the end of that tunnel if you were to go first, because you wouldn't be able to move beyond pretty much the exit.
I mean,
So
then
a
he'll
couple
let
people could get by you, but
anybody who can make it, which I think is only Ascara and Jenny, he'll let them go first. But everybody else was back, over
yeah, I'm just
here.
saying there's going to be a little bit of a jam up until next turn, and then you'll all be able to get through, no problem.
All right, so Ascara.
But
can
I
make
guess
it
it's
through.
it's a determination of who you want out that door first,
So what happens?
and who
what
you
happens
want to stay behind.
before that happens? Does the fire do any? The oil fire do anything to?
Oh
this
yeah. I got really hung up on whether or not the characters could just exit through this one little hallway, and I just wanted to have one more opportunity for this thing to possibly attack them. If it made sense, and it did. I think that they would have kind of all clustered there, and there would have been a choice for them to make about who they wanted to be sort of left vulnerable to this thing should it win initiative again. Dang, man. All right. He lights up like a Roman candle as you run towards the door, but does not respond to it as if he's on fire. In fact, you could see through the flames him kind of turn around slowly.
Does he take any damage?
Roll damage. Yeah, it seems as though the flames only eat the oil. They don't seem to catch on the skin of this thing. It's made of rubber, maybe. I don't know. But it's not catching.
Ooh.
Loud.
All right.
Necrotic.
Okay, so so that's what's happening with that. You don't really have a whole lot of time to think about this because you all are kind of running after seeing what happened to poor Terragrin.
I think only Oscara and Jenny can get through, like, make it past anyway.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
So, I mean, that's how we'll play it, and then we'll. Is that what we want to do? We're just rushing for the door.
Makes sense. to me.
Bobo's gonna stand guard. He's gonna be the one.
Oh god.
All right. So this thing is just going to walk, sort of.
Actually, it's
Like-
actually an initiative. It's actually an
Oh,
initiative.
you're right. You're right. Correct. It is initiative. Let's do initiative. My bad.
Let's get the out of here.
All right, Jeremy, you've not rolled one in a minute.
Oh, you mother!
No pressure.
You're.
This is
You
basically
can tell by the
entirety
level,
of our
increased
group.
level of
when I get
profanity,
this one, why is it
the
gonna
stakes
be
and the entertainment here.
Oh.
Close. All right. So this is. I'm going to roll a 6. And it's going to go after good old, whatever his face is. Guy at the top.
Oh, thank
Vic.
God.
And he is going to reach out for him. And he is going to miss.
Huh.
And it is your turn.
We're getting through that door.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, you're
Is
out.
everyone now able to run out? Cool.
Correct. And at this point, I will let you. This is the end of the dungeon. So you guys spill out, running at the top of the temple. All right. And, that's it. It's eerie to think that Terragrin, the character, has become now a wight and is sort of lurching his way through these dark caverns now. It's such a creepy, terrifying monster, I think. Great for storytelling. One of those things that kind of stick with you for a while. And I still have characters that mention, like, what is that? What was that? Those little beasties that you never truly, fully understand. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I do hope that you use wights in your game and use the energy drain and take away characters' experience levels and have a blast. And I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is GM B Hall signing off. Wait.